the question would just be your perspective on overcoming either the obstacles in your life, or how do you adapt or change when it comes to something that might frighten you, or talking about fear inevitably. Put it simply, what would scare you? What scares you?
Off the top of my head, there's not very many things. Me personally, I have a feeling that I could look death in the eyes and be okay with the outcome. I've been down a dark road. So personally, I don't fear death, but I know there's a few other things that I fear. I don't like letting people down. Um, Losing respect for people, like other people, like losing respect from people. Um,
So you want to feel equally.
yeah. Uh, Fears, dude. That's like a
Fears.
hard question
That
because
that's why
off
it
the
gets you
top of my head,
thinking.
most people want to be stone cold, stone
Macho about it, like
yeah,
nothing's gonna phase me. Like, no, I'm not really afraid of anything. Like, I'll take on whatever life is given to me, and I'll persevere. And that's the answer. That, but I was telling Jared earlier, like, you have to, I think we're wired with some sort of fear, although it's man made. We're born with this, adrenaline instinct. This, you can call it fear, you can call it whatever, but this idea of like you need to defend, this fight or flight, right?
yeah.
And so, whether or not you want to call that fear or whatever, but I'm just trying to bring it down to more like a human day to day level, like bring it into your own perspective. You've been afraid to try something, or have you always just been, if I want to do it, I'm gonna do it, or have you had to been in a situation where, like, let's say you just gotta do something and you just,
Just do it. Yeah.
but
Uh,
everything in you is like, nah.
yeah. There's a few situations like that. To be honest with you, I do deal with anxiety, and to keep it 100% with you, you put me in a room with like 100 people that I don't know, I will lose my shit. I'll start shaking, and I'll start being like, and it's not because I'm afraid of anybody in the room. It's simply because I just feel boxed in. I feel trapped in a room with that many people. So, like I was saying earlier, I'm not afraid to face death, but then again, there's always situations where you might be afraid. Like, I could say you put a gun to my head and I would look you dead in your eyes and not care. But when that situation actually happens, what will I actually do?
You're gonna care.
Yeah, I'm gonna care, as much as my heart lets me. Now, if I'm down bad and in my feels and in my depression,
Yeah,
fuck, I might not give a fuck. But
you might give a
someone
fuck
who,
then.
yeah, I mean, put it like this: I've attempted suicide multiple times, and at the end of the day, I'm always too pussy to do it. So, some, okay, what I'm trying to say is people are afraid of something. Whether you want to say it's nothing or you can't think of anything, you're afraid of something. And to overcome your fears, you have to learn to become numb to that fear. I don't know if that makes sense or if that's a valid point, but that's how I
It
feel.
is, because I want to. This is touchy because you're admitting, and I, like, I'm glad you're open and honest about that, because a lot of people view the idea of you taking your own life or attempting to as you running away and, and being a coward, right?
Yep, many people will say that. Yeah.
So fear, right? And that's not, in my eyes, not really, not that black and white to me. So
Yeah.
I have sympathy for those that get to that point.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
but to ask about fear, were you, what was it? Think that just letting your mind get too much in your feels, just getting too much in the feel, to put there's a lot of shit that everyone goes through, but like,
Yeah.
are you running from something, or is that just you want to run away from life. That's a deep. I know this is deep. You want to run away from life inevitably. So that would be a fear. You have a fear of living this life.
Yeah, pretty much. I believe that if you're suicidal, you've gone through some shit.
Yeah.
And most people don't want to deal with that shit. When I was in my lowest points, I didn't want to deal with the shit that I was going
No.
through. So I said, "What's my best option?" And
Fucking
most
yeah.
people will go to fucking death right away because fuck this shit. Like why go through daily life knowing you're gonna get betrayed, knowing someone's gonna fuck you or someone's gonna stab you in your back. You make a plan and it goes good, something gets fucked.
Negative, 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 and all you see is pain.